on a second.
Right, Kyoko?
I agree with you, though. I think you're on the right track.
What the? You finally decide to open your mouth and that's what you've got to say?
Like, I kinda agree with Mondo here. Like, Kyoko is so valuable, or she was so valuable in the first case. And here she's been extremely quiet, despite the fact that I feel like she's done her own digging and own investigating.
There's no way she could get in the boys' locker room, right? So...
Why are you so sure she couldn't get in? There's still one other way she could have gained access.
What?
What are you talking about? What other way is there?
Well, to explain that, why don't we take a little break from the trial? I'd like you all to come see something.
Oh, a tour.
Wait! Just what do you think you're doing?
Don't worry. This'll make the whole trial more exciting. I'm sure that thought must please you.
Huh? It'll make things more exciting? Well, alright then. I declare an official class trial recess!
Oh, recess, yes.
For real? Now then, what is it you want to show us? It better not be boring or I'll be very unhappy!
Oh, I have no doubt it'll meet your lofty expectations. So, shall we go?
Let's go, Kyoko. Lead the way. So before I even knew what was happening, the class trial had been put on hold. We headed off with Kyoko in the lead. And where she took us was... the girls' locker room, okay?
The girls' locker room?
We've already searched this place top to bottom! What are you trying to pull, Missy?
I'd like you to examine the victim's body one more time.
Oh, are we really gonna look at her genitalia? You want to check it again?
Be sure to examine the entire body very carefully.
Oh my god,
Take your
YouTube. Don't be a bitch
Examine
if it ever
her
comes down to it.
carefully? Like, using our hands? No way!
I know, because she's not 2D, right?
It's
Or
probably
3D.
best if I
No, wait,
don't run
2D.
my hands all over a girl's dead body.
It's not that I'm creeped out or anything, it's just... based on religious grounds, you know?
What religion is that, hero?
Very well. I'll do it.
But you're a girl. You shouldn't have to touch a dead body. Just let one of the boys do it.
No, it's okay. I think Chihiro would rather have a girl examine her.
I'm not so sure, but okay.
So just leave this to me.
Maybe she would.
Sakura. What is this? Some kind of secret girl-on-girl action? Is that what you two are about?
She likes Yuri too?
That's not it at all. Stop screwing around.
Okay, here I go.
Alright, dive right in there, Sakura.
I'm sorry, Chihiro. Please excuse the intrusion.
Putting her hands together in a brief prayer, Sakura then began to quietly examine her
Be
body.
sure to check her entire body, and I believe we will solve this particular mystery.
Alright, Kyoko.
Her entire body? I know you say that, but... What? This is... What is this?
Really?
What is it?
Not possible. It's not possible.
Oh my god. Sakura's eyes were staring wildly at Chihiro's lifeless form. Her massive frame trembled.
This girl is
What?
a boy.
Sakura must be like blushing. Oh my god. I touched the penis.
Ah, I see. So she was actually a he. Interesting. Thank you for confirming this fact.
What?
You're joking, right?
I wouldn't joke about this.
Then it's really true?
Chihiro was a guy?
Oh, what? You guys didn't know? Heck, I knew that right off the bat.
Yeah, of course you did.
Chihiro Fujisaki was totally a guy.
Then he was a cross-dresser? Oh, I'm really on fire! I wish I had killed him!
Because now it meets her description, right, of the people that she likes to kill. Adorable little men, or whatever she called it.
So that's what Kyoko wanted to show everyone, huh? Interesting. Yes, that certainly does make things much more exciting.
It's kind of weird that everybody overlooked that fact, you know, of the inspecting her body, except Kyoko.
Now let's ride this wave of excitement back to the courtroom and get back to the trial. Ahem. I do apologize for keeping you waiting. Now then, let's resume the class trial. We've all just learned of the shocking revelation that Chihiro was actually a boy. Let's pick up from there.
Yes, well, I don't know his reason for hiding it, but the fact is, Chihiro was not a girl, but a boy.
Alright, Chihiro was a boy. We gotta get used to calling Chihiro a he. To think that Chihiro was actually a guy. The thought had never even crossed my mind. Well, it kinda did.
And because the victim was male, he would have had no problem gaining access to the boys' locker room.
Assuming his handbook did, in fact, list his gender as male, then yes, that would be true.
Of course his handbook said he was a boy. He dressed like a girl, but he was a boy through and through.
So then, there should be no issue with Makoto's initial assertion.
Thanks,
The victim
Kyoko.
was killed in the boys' locker room, and was then later moved to the girls' locker room. And the killer could have easily used Sayaka or Junko's handbook to get into the girls' locker room.
So Chihiro really was killed in the boys' locker room?
I still don't understand the motive for moving the body, but yes, that does seem plausible.
Well, I must admit, I did find it rather odd.
But the motive for moving it, right, is so that Byakuya can then pin it on Toko, because Toko has access to the girls' locker room. Yeah. Whereas Byakuya can just say like, no, I can't. Oh wait, he can. What? Huh? Wait, what? I thought I had it there, but now it slipped my mind, and I'm totally confused.
I knew he felt a little off. There was a certain incongruity to his female body.
This is the most titillating situation!
Okay, calm down, Jill. Keep it in your pants.
So now everything has been connected. All the mysteries have finally become clear.
Okay, well, connected or clear or whatever. We still think you're the killer, remember?
Very interesting. This has become very interesting indeed.
I still find it so strange, like, we're almost pinning this entire murder on him, and he's still able to be so calm about it. Like, Leon just flipped the lid immediately the moment he got accused. I mean, yeah, Byakuya definitely is a more composed person, especially in comparison to Leon, but still, at some point you might think that that person would at least crack a little bit and show some signs of weakness and not being as confident anymore. But Byakuya has totally just, despite everything that has happened, still the same kind of arrogance or confidence or whatever you want to call it. Still the same.
He's off in his own little world.
What about you, Makoto? After everything we've learned, do you still think Byakuya's the killer?
Well, without a doubt, Byakuya is the one that made Chihiro's death look like Genocide Jack did it. But
It could be that someone else killed it, yeah, and Byakuya stumbled upon it and was like, wait, what? No, I want this to look like it was Genocide Jack. But what would be his reason for that?
I think he might not actually be the killer after all.
What? But aren't you the one who accused him in the first place?
Yeah, but we learned new information.
He just seems to be too easygoing about all this. Like he's enjoying us solving the mystery. The way he's acting, it makes it seem like it doesn't have anything to do with him.
And you think that might be because it doesn't have anything to do with him?
Plus, the evidence he left behind was a little too... how can I put it? Overt. He consciously chose to use the extension cord, knowing it could connect him to the murder.
True. For someone, a person like Byakuya, that seems a little messy of him, right? I feel like Byakuya, if it was him, he would try his darndest and his very best to not have anything at the murder of the scene or whatever that could possibly link it to him. So it is kind of true that using the extension cord is kind of reckless and messy.
At least, that's how I see it.
Oh my god, things are so more confusing. Like, I thought it was Byakuya, but...
And Byakuya, when you found out the murder took place in the boys' locker room, it seemed to rattle you. And then again, when you found out Chihiro was actually a guy.
Yeah, so that is new information to him.
If you really were the killer, that stuff wouldn't have had any effect on you.
Well, as I mentioned, he's the best fucking actor on the planet.
So that's your thinking, huh? Well, it bothers me that you don't have more concrete reasons, but it's fine. I guess I'll mark it as correct for the time being.
Mark it as correct?
He's right. I am not the culprit.
Well, duh, nobody's gonna say I am the culprit.
I just happened to come across the corpse in the girls' locker room and decided to alter it.
But why did he go to the girls' locker room? So, he saw the murder and then he just decided to make the murder look like it was Genocide Jack.
Are you fucking with us right now?
Why? Just for funsies? What?
No, I am not effing with you right now.
Effing.
I'm telling you the truth.
Effing.
Well, I find it very hard to believe.
Okay, calm down. No need to cry, Taka.
Go ahead. Find it very hard to believe. You're free to be executed along with the rest of us.
If you're really telling the truth, then why? Why do you do that to his body?
My reasons hardly matter right now. Uncovering the culprit is much more important, wouldn't you say?
But your reasons could lead us to uncovering the culprit.
Now then, if it wasn't me, who was it?
Don't know.
Well, I don't think I can say for sure without talking about it a little more.
They're seriously gonna keep going? We're all good, aren't we? I thought it was clear Byakuya did it.
What if Hiro was it? I've been calling him useless the entire time and he was actually the one that killed... No. Could it, Hiro? No, right?
No, I'm with Makoto. If there's any doubt whatsoever, we need to explore every possibility. Because if we're wrong, we all die here.
That's true. Very well then. I'm with you too.
Damn straight. Count me in.
Do you not have a mind of your own?
Of course I do. What am I, an ant or something?
Anyway, let's discuss this all as a group one more time. We still have time to make our decision.
That's very true.
Our lives are all on the line.
Excellent. Then shall we resume our game of hide and seek?
Alright. But if Byakuya didn't do it, then who's the real killer? Who murdered Chihiro? There's one thing we can be sure that we know about the killer. The killer was able to gain access to the real murder scene, which means... To the real murder scene. The real murder scene, the killer is a guy, that's for sure, right? Because the real murder scene was the guy's locker room. You can't borrow a guy's E-Handbook because Leon's was broken. So I think it is this one.
I got it!
Since the crime scene was the boys' locker room, you would need a boys' handbook to get in. Since Leon's handbook is apparently broken, the killer would have had to use their own. In other words, it had to have been a guy. But that's still not enough. I need to find some more clues. Alright, more clues. Celeste account. Alright, about the
Isn't there a
tracksuit?
single clue that might lead us to who did it?
Well, clues are one thing, but did nobody get a look at the killer?
I'm sure if someone saw the killer, they would have said something by now.
Perhaps someone saw the victim at some point. Even that might be enough for now.
Yeah. All we need right now is any kind of new info.
I guess Celeste
It's
found this new
over.
info.
It's all over. You want to know who saw the victim? The killer. And only the killer. And it's not like they're just gonna turn themselves in. Game over, man! Game over!
Yeah! No! Not game over!
It's either the second or the third, but wouldn't if I'm surprised that Celeste doesn't come out on it herself, like, oh yeah, I saw Chihiro. No, as a matter of fact, there is an eyewitness account regarding Chihiro. She has more information about that.
Isn't there a single clue?
Well, did nobody get... I'm sure someone saw the...
Perhaps someone saw the victim. Yeah.
It's over. You want to know who saw the killer?
No, that's wrong. I believe someone else did see the victim before he was murdered. What do you think, Celeste?
I mean, that could make sense why Celeste wouldn't speak up. Because she is the one that last saw... Oh, it could be... So we're accusing Celeste now, huh?
Now that you mention it, yes. I did see him.
Huh? Really?
But then why would she have told me in the first place in the warehouse about it, right? If she actually did kill him, she would just... She didn't even have to say anything. She would just be like, I didn't see Chihiro. Bam, end of that.
Oh, but I suppose only Makoto knows about this.
Makoto?
The rest of you had no idea, did you? That is why you're all making such ugly noises.
Whatever! Just hurry up and tell us!
It was last night, right before nighttime. I saw Chihiro in the dormitory warehouse. I saw him stuffing a track jacket into a duffel bag. And then, I assume, he headed off to exercise.
A track jacket and a duffel bag? But we didn't find anything like that at the murder scene.
It seems likely that the culprit destroyed them to get rid of any evidence.
Alright, who was the person responsible of the garbage, the fire thingy, you know? The one that Hifumi was during the first case?
And that is when he said something that struck me as rather odd.
Well, I better get going. I'm kind of in a hurry.
Chihiro told me he was in a hurry. But why would he be in a hurry? Only if someone were waiting for him, I should think.
Yeah, I mean, it was kind of explored at the very beginning that he was perhaps meeting someone, or like training together with someone, right?
So, Mr. Fujisaki was on his way to meet
Who?
with someone, and then they were going to work out together?
But Hina and I had invited him to exercise with us plenty of times, and he always declined.
I guess because he couldn't go into the girls' locker room, right?
Probably because he was afraid you'd find out the secret he was hiding, right?
Which means that conversely, he must have trusted whoever he was meeting with very much.
But who, what? Who did Chihiro trust? I can't name a single person that I feel like Chihiro was kinda close with.
Enough so that he was willing to risk his secret being revealed.
What a marvelous friendship!
The point is, whoever he met up with is the culprit, right? So we just gotta figure out who it was.
But knowing what we know, I can't even guess.
No, you already have what you need to make the connection.
Oh, we do?
Huh?
You know who the killer is.
I do?
Seriously?
Yeah, it's one of us.
Who is it? Who's the killer?
Think back to the track jacket and duffel bag the killer disposed of. Focus on the details of these items, and it should become obvious who was waiting for him.
Are you sure about that?
Blue?
You really think we can figure out who did it based on two pieces of evidence that we don't have?
A duffel bag and a blue track suit thingy.
What? You want to track down some fingerprints or something?
Even if we had the equipment for that, we wouldn't know how to use it.
As was noted, the evidence is already gone. There's nothing to get fingerprints from.
Maybe, but we can make certain inferences if we just take the time to talk it out.
Easy for you to say, but fine. Celeste, Did you notice anything special about the bag or jacket?
The bag was just a normal duffel bag from the warehouse. All the bags in there are the same, so I can't imagine what would make that one special.
Well, if I remember right, there was a decent variety of tracksuits to choose from. Do you think there might be some connection between the culprit and Chihiro's jacket?
Perhaps. Let's explore that and talk a bit more about the jacket he took.
Does Chihiro's track jacket really hold some clue about the killer? Somehow, it's really hard to believe. Okay. Celeste's account.
First of all, we know where Chihiro was headed. He was on his way to go exercise. So next we have to ask, why did he choose the specific tracksuit that he did?
What do you mean, the specific tracksuit?
I got it! He picked that tracksuit because it matched the one the culprit was wearing.
So, what you're saying is, the killer was wearing the same blue tracksuit as him? My tracksuit is black.
I don't even have a tracksuit. Cause exercising sucks.
I have a white tracksuit personally. I got it from the warehouse, if you must know.
Did any of that really help us get any closer to figuring out who the culprit is?
Not really.
No way. Not a chance.
You heard him, right? What he just said without even realizing it?
She's right. What he said just now is really odd. How did he know something like that?
First of all, we know
He was on his way, so next week, why did he choose?
What do you mean,
I got it! It matched the one.
So, the killer was wearing the same blue tracksuit.
No, that's wrong.
It wasn't.
Hold on a second, Mondo. What did you just say?
Huh?
He said the
What'd I
same
say?
blue. He said the same
When
blue.
Celeste testified a few minutes ago, she said,
I saw him stuffing a track jacket into a duffel bag. And then, I assume, he headed off to exercise.
she never said anything about the jacket's color. So why did you say Chihiro's blue tracksuit?
What are you? You just...
Hey, Celeste. What color was Chihiro's tracksuit?
As a matter of fact, it was blue.
Oh my god, I actually never paid attention to the fact that she never mentioned it was blue. I just assumed she said it because I knew it was blue, because I could see it and I knew it from before as well. Because I got kind of stuck on that one, not really thinking like what was it exactly, but Mondo indeed let it slip out that it was, he said it was a blue. And he couldn't have known that if she didn't say it at all.
The trial, did you tell anyone that?
The only one I told about any of this was you.
Then, Mondo, how did you know what color Chihiro's tracksuit was?
Because I'm
sure he saw the clothes at some point in the investigation.
No, that can't be it. The bag and clothes were surely disposed of by the time we began our investigation.
Then the only reason he could have known what color the tracksuit was
Because they were working out together.
is if he saw Cherry with it before he died! That's the only possibility! Cherry? Are you talking about Chihiro? So, how about it? Did you see the tracksuit or didn't you?
just by chance. I just happened to see it last night.
Oh, is it really Mondo? I was actually starting to like him a bit.
He walked past me, and he was carrying the tracksuit in his hands.
No, that can't be it either. According to Celeste's testimony,
Yeah, it was in the duffel bag. She stuffed the jacket into her bag in a hurry. It was almost like she was trying to hide it. And just like that, she was gone.
when Celeste noticed it, Chihiro made a point of making sure the jacket was completely in the bag. If you just ran into him briefly, You couldn't possibly have seen what color the tracksuit was.
Yeah.
It would appear you've dug your own grave.
Perhaps. But you handed him the shovel, didn't you? That's why you said what you did. Focus on the tracksuit and it'll be obvious who he met with? What a bunch of nonsense.
Ah, now I understand. It was all one big bluff, wasn't it? Your true intention was to draw a slip of the tongue from the culprit.
Wow. Even I didn't see that one coming. This game is full of surprises, man, and it's absolutely awesome. Because I thought this case, like, I'm kind of well prepared. I feel like, okay, I kind of know exactly how it's gonna go. But then it just took so many turns again, and I'm at this point, I'm just like, wait, what? I'm just completely, my mind is just getting repeatedly fucked over and over again. Probably not an image anyone wants in their head, but yeah, that's kind of what happened.
That's why you said you knew who did it. To put them on edge.
That's right. However, Mondo was my target all along. I had my suspicions about him from the very beginning.
Really, Kyoko? You really are the ultimate detective, aren't you?
But why? What made you so suspicious?
That's a good question.
The way he talked... Are we answering this for Kyoko? The way he talked, the way he was acting... Maybe, yeah, because he was acting like... He always pitied Chihiro. No?
There was a certain turning point that tipped me off. Maybe you didn't notice it, Mondo, but you tend to refer to men and women differently. You only call guys dude. For girls, it's chick. And after he was killed, you happened to refer to him as dude.
Oh, did he really do that?
Once I picked up on that, it occurred to me that Mondo knew something we didn't.
Wow. Kyoko really is. I don't care what you say. You can still put question mark at her ultimate whatever. She's the ultimate detective. Like, it's such a tiny thing, but she picked up on that.
You noticed such a tiny detail?
Are you a witch? She's a witch! You're positively frightful!
No, I'm not the frightful one. Not nearly as frightful as someone capable of murdering a friend.
I mean, Mondo does have the motive, right? He really wanted to get back to his biker gang and everything.
Mondo, was it really you?
And the way that he talked with us about it, about the whole biker gang and with his brother and all that stuff, like, it seemed like he was obviously really missing it.
Did you really kill Chihiro?
I didn't kill anyone! You've been all over me, judging everything I say, putting words in my mouth. What gives you the right to treat me like a goddamn criminal?
Yeah, he would never do something like that. This is a false accusation.
Alright, they're bros, right?
It's true. My reasoning on that is pretty shaky.
I was wondering when that is going to come into play, because obviously everything that happens in Chapter 2 is going to be relevant to the case, I think. That's how I personally feel about it. Like, this game is so in-depth. They're not just going to do like, let's just let Mondo and Taka be friends and become bros for no reason at all. Like, or for kind of a reason, but it's not going to be important for the case. No, I feel like everything that they show us, everything that they do, everything that's inside the freaking game is for the exact purpose, and they plan out everything with it. So there's gotta be a reason, because it hasn't come into play at all. Like what happened during the when they were in the bathhouse as well.
That was fast.
Well, this does present us with a problem. It seems we are all out of leads.
My time has nearly come.
Oh, Fumi said he had something, right?
That's what my little ghost friend is telling me.
Oh yeah, that reminds me. Hifumi, weren't you telling me you'd found some evidence?
Really? What kind of evidence?
Alright, Hifumi, time to steal the show. Let's go.
Actually, you know, now that I'm thinking about it here calmly, it might not be all that relevant.
Just throw it out there.
Jeez, does your confidence just get up and walk away? It's fine, man. Just tell us.
If you really insist, then... here it is.
Chihiro's handbook?
What do you have there?
It happens to be an E-Handbook. I found it laying on the ground, so I scooped it up.
You found it on the ground, right? Then it must belong to Chihiro. Yeah.
I got it! We know Chihiro's handbook was missing from the scene of the crime, right?
For a fact.
For a fact indeed. I was totally sure I'd found it.
Ah, but then he read it was a boy and then he was like confused, probably.
Then it must hold some clue about the culprit, right?
Well, that's what I was hoping. But it's busted.
Huh?
It won't even turn on.
But why does that only happen to the guy's E-Handbook? Did they seriously just shut off? Because Leon is dead, he's a guy, E-Handbook doesn't work. Chihiro is a guy, dead, E-Handbook doesn't work. But with Junko and Sayaka, that's not the case. They're both girls and their E-Handbook works.
I imagine the culprit broke it to get rid of any evidence after the murder.
But it can't be broken according to Monokuma, except it had one weakness, which we don't know what it was.
That's odd. I didn't think the handbooks were quite so fragile.
You're right. They're not. They're totally waterproof and shock resistant. It would take an awful lot to break one.
And yet, this one does appear to be broken, as is Leon's, sitting useless in the main hall. For all your confidence, that is a remarkably high failure rate.
Do you think there might be some kind of mystery in there somewhere? How, precisely, did the handbooks get broken?
How did the handbook break? There's only one possible explanation, by hitting its weak points.
I got it! You already told us before that the handbook has one weak point, didn't you?
Yeah! You remember that?
Of course!
Sure, maybe I let that slip, but I never told anyone what the weak point actually was.
True.
But if the handbook is supposed to never break, and two of them broke in quick succession, then
we can only assume that someone's figured out its weakness. You know what the weakness is, right, Monokuma? So, what is it?
Huh? You're asking me?
I think it's a necessary piece of information if you want this to be a fair trial.
But if I tell you, and someone else decides to copy it, that would be very not good.
Just tell us already. Why would we want to break our own handbooks?
Oh well, I have a weakness for pushy demands. But you're sure you won't follow their example? Then allow me to make a special announcement. The weak point of my cutting-edge E-Handbook is...
At this point, I want to make a guess, but even I can't think of anything at all. The weak point of the E-Handbook?
When it's exposed to high temperatures for too long, it will suffer a meltdown and totally break!
Like the sauna.
I flippin' knew it!
You knew it?
But when did that happen to Leon then? Then they took both of them. Taka and Mondo working together? No.
Yeah, 'cause I found the handbook laying on the floor of the sauna. The temperature in the sauna can reach over 200 degrees. Strange how you don't get burnt, huh? It's because as your sweat evaporates, it creates a cooling layer of air around your skin. If the hot air of the sauna were somehow pushed directly onto your skin, you'd definitely get fried. That layer of air would get blown away. That's why you may feel a burning when you move around. So when you're in a sauna, make sure to keep nice and still.
Wow, interesting. I learned one new fact today.
That is a mere trifling speck of knowledge.
Anyway, if you found the victim's handbook in the sauna, then the killer must have been purposely trying to raise its temperature in order to break it.
meaning the culprit somehow knew its weakness.
But how'd they find out? Monokuma said he didn't tell anyone, right?
Indeed. Quite the mystery.
What if they found out by accident?
What do you mean by accident?
What if the killer took their own handbook into the sauna, not knowing its weakness, and it broke.
Leon?
They'd realize it was broken, of course, and it wouldn't be hard to figure out why.
Was the sauna accessible during chapter 1? I actually can't remember.
And once they had Chihiro's handbook, they knew they had an easy way to dispose of it.
It could be that, for example, Mondo's E-Handbook is broken, but he doesn't show it, right? So we have to ask them to show their E-Handbook.
I won't say it's not possible, but who would have done something like that? I don't know of anyone who took their handbook into the sauna.
It was Mondo, because he was wearing all of his clothes.
I might know someone who did.
Mondo.
Whoa, seriously?
I think the one who may have taken their handbook into the sauna was...
No, not Taka. I'm sorry, Taka. It's your bro. Who might have brought their E-Handbook into the sauna? It had to be the one who wore all their clothes in the sauna. It was... I'm sorry, Mondo. I actually started to like him. I actually feel kind of bad. But yeah, it was you.
Here's my answer. Mondo, your handbook got broken in the sauna, didn't it?
What?
Why? Why do you keep accusing him?
Mondo and Taka had an endurance contest in the sauna not too long ago, remember? And for the contest, Mondo just so happened to keep his school uniform on. But little did he realize, he'd also left his handbook in one of his uniform pockets. And when it was all over, Mondo discovered that taking your handbook into the sauna could easily destroy it.
No, wait, hold on. You've got it all wrong. He would never kill.
I'm sorry, Taka, but your bro did it.
I don't accept this. Show me the proof. The actual solid proof.
I mean, I don't want to believe it either. But come on, Mondo, show us your E-Handbook. But I found something that proves it beyond a shadow of a doubt. That's the only way he can dissolve himself from, you know, not being the murderer. Broken E-Handbook. Which one is it?
Let's test Makoto's assertion. If what he says is correct, then Mondo, you broke your own handbook.
In other words, if Mondo's handbook is actually broken, then that proves that what Makoto said is right.
Well, my goddamn handbook works just fine.
Does it?
No, that's wrong.